All right, good morning, everybody. Welcome to 215 Trades. It's a very lovely day today. Today's the 16th of January, and we will be looking for entries on gold using the 215 technique. Can you guys just let me know if you're able to hear me inside of the chat properly? Brilliant. All right, good. So now that we've got that out of the way, it's been a lovely January for us so far using the 215 technique. So far we haven't had any lost, so that's really good. We have taken entries as well, which didn't go to our full take profit, but we were able to escape out of the market with 20 to 30 pips, so that was perfectly fine. All right, now yesterday we didn't do our usual 7 o'clock live stream, but I did do some charting in that time, and you can see how it actually played out. So this was yesterday around 7 a.m. in the morning, as we normally do it. Kick it off. That's a 215 zone. You can see where price tested our rejection zone, came back into our zone to confirm a buy from these regions right here, for us to target ultimately that 1 hour support and that 30-minute resistance and that 1 hour support. So if you were tracking the market yesterday, you should have had a lovely win yesterday using the 215 technique in the morning. I believe that move, let's see how big that move was. That was almost 50 pip move. So we've been going on strong. We've been going on good since the start of January. January has been a lovely day, a lovely month for us. Sorry. So we just want to continue with the same energy throughout the rest of the month. All right. So let's get right into it and see what's going on. So I'm just going to remove all of these drawings, and then we can begin again. Additionally, if you have any questions as well, just let me know inside of the chat. Then we can go through whatever you do not understand. So let's clear our charts. That's where the price is trending at right now. But before, let's go to the daily. Just to have a look at the daily chart, just to see what's going on. All right, so let's just have a look at the daily time frame just to see what's been going on. All right, so we can see from the looks of it, from this direction, we have been coming in uptrend, so which is very good. So it's coming from a very strong area of support as well in these regions right below here. So price came in and it rejected quite a few times and it went up. However, we're at a very strong resistance area right now, uh, in this little zone right here, because you can see that each time price came into this zone, it rejected. Now this is the first time the candle has actually tested it. This daily candle has actually tested this zone, so we possibly can see price break through this zone to continue higher, or if not, it may reject from where it is and possibly come back to this zone um, right there. So it may, let me use the pathway candle to mark it. So it may reject from that point, come back to this zone if it wants to continue higher, to then do like that. Right, so that can be something that we can expect today. So if it confirms a sell on it, then we know for sure then this is what it would look for price to reject from the 2694 area and go back to the 2660 region. It's a very big drop, but we do have some news coming out in the new ARC session as well, which can really push the market down, or it can actually push it up to past these areas for it to retest the all-time high, because we're not very far away from that zone. All right, so with that said, let's get right into our charting. So let's jump back to our 15-minute time frame, and we're going to begin the charting of the 215 technique. All right, additionally guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't yet followed the channel as well, please go ahead and do so. All right, so using the 215 technique, the first rule of the 215 technique is for you to mark the current price of gold. So whatever price gold is trending at the time when you're reading the charts, you're going to mark that price, and that price should be called your POI, or your point of interest. All right. Okay, good. Now, and this is on the 15-minute time frame. Now, once you've marked your point of interest, you then need to measure 20 pips below your point of interest. So, oh, that's very big. Let me just zoom in just to make it a little better. So you then need to measure 20 pips below your point of interest. And you do this in both directions. Just a minute. All right, so 20 pips below your point of interest are $2 for short. So if your point of interest is 2695, if you measure 20 pips below it, that should be 2693. So that should be 2693.152. And this should be your sell line, and we're doing the reverse of that as well on the buy side. So 20 pips above from the point of interest, so that should be 26.97.152. And this should be our buy line. Okay, now still on the, hold on, let me just take this in a little bit more. Still on the 15-minute time frame. Hold on, let me. Okay, good. Still on the 15-minute time frame, we need to identify the rejection areas, which would be the closest support or resistance on the 15-minute time frame as well. So the buy line, it looks a little bit choppy right here, so I'm going to maybe possibly do it on a 5-minute time frame above the buy line. But for the sell line, we can clearly see a support right here. So this is going to be a 15-minute rejection line, and I'll show you the importance of the rejection line later on. All right, good. Now that we've identified our 215 zone, which our 215 zone would be between our buy line and our sell line. Okay, and we've also identified our rejection areas as well. All right, we need to also identify the target areas. So our target areas would basically be the support and resistance on the higher time frames if we were going to take entry. All right, so let's go all the way from the 30-minute time frame to the 4-hour time frame and identify the support and resistance on those time frames. Now on the 30-minute time frame, the closest resistance to the 215 zone would be right here. We might not have a lot of them though, because we are almost at the top of the chart, so it's been climbing. And then the closest 30-minute support, I'm going to use this one. Okay, we're going all the way to the 4-hour time frame. So this is on the 1-hour time frame. We're doing the same thing. We identify the supports and the resistance as well. So this would be the 1-hour support, and we're going to locate the 1-hour resistance as well. We're gonna have to go a little bit to the left. That's if we can even find. Okay. All right, so it would be right here. That would be the 1-hour resistance. All right, and then we're going all the way to the 4-hour time frame as well to identify the 4-hour resistance and also the 4-hour supports. I'll use this section right here. 4-hour resistance. All right, good. So we have, let's go back to the 15-minute time frame now. All right, so so far we have our 215 zone. We've also have our rejection areas highlighted as well. Additionally, we also have our target areas identified as well. So now we need to go to the 5-minute time frame, because on the 5-minute time frame, that's where we would take our entry confirmations from. I'm gonna put this as a test. I'll see what this looks like on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, let's go to the 5-minute time frame. On the 5-minute time frame is what we will take our entries from. Yeah, it's all right, cool. So that's good. All right, so we're on the 5-minute time frame. So this is what we will be looking for us to take entry today. Just a moment, guys. All right, so this is what we will be looking for today, for us to take any entries on gold. All right, so what we'll be looking for is, ooh, price is moving already, and it's not even the opening of the London session is yet. Wow. All right. Okay. Yeah, so price is moving very quickly today, faster than it normally moves around this time. So we want, if we're going to take an entry for a buy, we would like for price to come test our 50-minute rejection line back into our 215 zone with a candle closure outside. Then that would be confirmation for us to take a long position from these areas, right? Targeting the 1 hour resistance. Well, it does seem a little bit short, so ultimately we can possibly even target the 4 hour resistance as well. Now that it was we will look for if we were looking for a buy, and this entry would be entry model one, entry one setup. And if we were to look for a sell, what we would like to see price do is that we'd like to see price come down, test that 15-minute rejection line, pull back into the zone with a candle closure inside, followed by a candle closure outside the zone for us to take a sell. So let me just switch the color of this, put this in green so it doesn't confuse anybody. And if we can see that, then we could look to take a short position from these areas, ultimately targeting the 1 hour support or even the 30-minute support. And if the market gives it to us, we will take a jab at that 4 hour support as well. All right, so both these entry types, these are both entry model one setup. But if let's say price breaks or you just constantly run without actually giving us a rejection back into the zone for us to take a entry model one setup, we also have the ability of taking an entry model 2 setup from the support or resistance areas if price was to reject from these zones. So I would say, let's say we put it right there, we can take an entry 2 from these areas. So if price was to break above the zone and just move to these areas, if it reject going in the opposite direction with 2 candle closures, then we could possibly look for entry 2 setup on this, which would be a sell for us to target ultimately the 215 zone yet again from these directions. If you're not familiar with the entry model 2 setup, there is actually a video on the page right now that you can go ahead and have a view of, which will explain to you what the entry model 2 what do you look for. But if it confirms today, then we will explain it. So the London market opens in 40 minutes, really. We can see where price now has come in and has tested our 50-minute rejection line. It is rejection and pulling back into the zone, but I think this is a early. It seems like the market wants to confirm an early entry for us before the London market actually do opens. So let's see what happens, because price broke above our buy line. It tested our 15-minute rejection line. It's pulling back into our zone. Now, so far for the month of January, we haven't had a loss as yet on any of the streams or any of the plays we call. We may not hit full TP on it, which is fine. So we want to see what the market is going to give to us today. So if the price came in close inside of the zone and then it continues to close outside again, then we can look to take a buy. The only thing I would be concerned about is the fact that the London session hasn't opened as yet. So how would the market react to all of that? Just marking that price. So it's just a patient game at a minute, which is, well, no one can predict the market 100%. But usually at this time, we wouldn't have gotten a test of our rejection area so fast. Usually, would be closer to the London Open, but we've had a retest of we had a test of that rejection area. Price is now inside of the zone as well. So if it closes above that buy line, it would be a confirmation for a buy. I would ideally love if this candle didn't break above the buy line just yet, just to give the market a little bit more time to create some structure inside of the zone with the candle closure above. So let's see what's gonna happen. Because let me see, if I go back to the 15-minute time frame, 15-minute candle closes in 6 minutes. Because one thing we do know, and I always say one thing we do know about support and resistance is that we know that once the price is at support, there's a lot of buying pressure, and once it is at a resistance, there's a lot of selling pressure. So right now where it is, I would say it's on the 15-minute time frame. It's at a bit of a resistance. So there's a little bit of a selling pressure going on right here. But let's see, because this candle, if this candle closes above that buy line, it will confirm that buy. But we're not ready for it just yet. It's too soon. Don't want it to confirm it so soon. So let's see. This candle closes in 1 minute. All right, guys, and if you haven't yet followed the channel, please go ahead and do so. If you haven't liked the video as yet, please go ahead and do so. Okay, all right, so it didn't close above the line. So let's see what this 5-minute candle low. still in our 215 zone, so 7:26 a.m. here in London, and that's what 34 minutes until the London market opens. Okay, let's have a quick look at DXY just to see what DXY is doing. And for those who don't know, DXY is the US dollar index that shows the strength of the US dollar. And as gold is being compared with we're trading gold against the US dollar, then this should be there's a relationship between the two. So if DXY is going up, then possible gold should be going down, and if DXY is going down, then gold should be going up. Now, 5 minute time frame seems to be consolidating in a sense. Let's see what the 30 minute. Uh, yeah, is not much structure going on it really. So it's in a neutral position, it seems, because there's a very strong support area right here on the XY. We can see where price came in, tested it, and rejected quite a few times. Came back in now and tested it and rejected, but it's still not going above these zones. So it's just in this center right now, consolidating. So it's not a very strong indication of anything really, whether it wants to go up or down, because it's still stuck in between this zone. If it breaks below or above it, then we can say we might have some action going on under the XY charts, but presently no, it doesn't seem to be confirming anything. So let's go back to gold. Hold on. Well, it's right on this area. So if it breaks below this, then yeah, we can say that it's gonna go down, and then we can maybe look for a delayed reaction in gold for the price of gold to go up. Okay. All right, so let's zoom back in. So we had this candle. So we see that price came into the zone, closed inside the zone. We've already had a test of the 15-minute rejection. Price is now back in the zone. So we have price tested that 15-minute rejection. It pulled back. It's inside our zone. It closed inside our zone. Still playing inside our zone. This candle tried to break above that buy line. Didn't break the buy line. It closed exactly on the buy line. And this candle as well came pretty close to a point of interest. Not quite. Rejected. Closed just below our buy line as well. So right now, depending on how these candles print, if it close above that buy line, then it would be a confirmation for us to take a buy entry. So just see what's gonna happen. Idealistically, hopefully it doesn't go greatly above the buy line for us to take it. If not, we'd have to wait for an entry 2 setup. Thank you guys so much for joining. If you haven't yet liked the live, please go ahead and do so. $30 as well until the London session opens. But it does seem as if the market wants to give us an early confirmation before London. So if that what it says, if that what it does, then we just have to take that entry. So let's see. Two minutes until this candle closes. A very good start as well towards the growth of the channel as well, because I believe we have had over 80 subscribers in the month of January so far. So that is very good growth on the channel. We've just hit that 500 mark a few days ago, and we're now up to 580. So we can see that we have persons having a very great interest in the 215 technique, which I know is going to be something extremely big in the future. So if you're just trying it now while we're starting off, then you should be in for a very lovely ride. All right, so it does seem as if the market wants to confirm that buy for us. Candle closes in 30 seconds. I'd like for it to pull back a little bit more closer to the zone for me to take that buy, but let's see. Ooh, oh, that was so close to the zone. Yeah, I haven't entered it yet. That candle was close. Yeah, too close to my zone, almost on similar to this candle right here. No rush, no rush. Let's just wait patiently. What's the XY doing? Has it broken that zone? No, it hasn't even tapped back into it. All right, so 3 more minutes. Let's see what's gonna happen. Yeah, so that candle, it did close just a little bit, but really too close to the zone. So I'm not so comfortable with taking an entry off that one. So I'm waiting just to see what this candle is gonna do now. Still early days as well. We still have 50 minutes until the London session opens. Yeah, it's getting a little bit of a fight right there. And if we look at the market lines with market can bet, yeah, you see all these lines. So that is a very strong area as well for it to break through. You can see that it only broke above this little area here once. So that line only broke above it once, and it was the first time it came into the zone. Then it just remained below it. So the price can reject from these areas really and continue downwards. So we just have to make sure that when whatever entry we take it properly. Wow, look at that. Price is pushing. Twenty minutes until the London market opens. Let's go back to so it's doing a similar dance as to what it did before. Because this entire zone was all consolidation for a very long time. I would say since right here. It's really just been consolidating right there in the zone. But it has tested our 15-minute rejection. It has pulled back in our zone and it has closed inside of our zone. So we just need a very nice candle to close outside for us to take a swing off that buy to target. Hopefully the 1 hour resistance, and if lucky, we can maybe go for um, the 4 hour resistance as well. That's a very strong push. $50 until the London Open. Now, we didn't take an entry on that. I wanted to see what the London Open is going to do to this because it's been fighting in this zone for quite a while. So I don't want to get trapped in a consolidation or a massive rejection when the London market opens. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen when the London market opens in 15 minutes. What's the input move from the zone? Yeah, just conscious of what it's been doing over here. So just want a clean entry. So far, we've had a good week. We've had a good month. So we want to make sure we keep that momentum up. So I'm not comfortable with taking that just yet. It's been struggling since it came into the zone. It hasn't really made the proper push that I need to see. And the London session opens in 15 minutes. So what I don't want to happen is for the price to do what it did when I enter a buy, to do this that it did right here, to pull back downwards, and then continue upwards. So I don't want it to do that. So I'm waiting to see what happens in the London market when it opens, to see if it will pull back into the zone, doing what it did before, and then confirm the buy again. Then I can take that. Usually we don't get a confirmation until we get a retest late in about around these times, and then confirms it in the London Open, and then we can go for it. But it tested the 15-minute rejection, but way before we were even so close to the times now. So in 30 minutes, the London market opens. So let's just see what happens when the London market opens. That's a very strong rejection. Very, very strong rejection. Look at that. Very strong push outside of the zone. It's going now up to the 30-minute resistance. Let's see, 30-minute. Then we have the 1 hour just above. Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're not gonna use that. We can't not gonna use entry one unless we get a strong rejection from this candle back to the zone. But we're not gonna use entry one based on how this looks. So possibly it would be entry two. If not, we won't be able to get a setup for today. So let's see. I wasn't comfortable taking that entry based off the first candle closure outside. The second one was really too close to the market opens for London. So yeah, never took that. But that would have been a lovely move. That's what, almost 25 pips, and going strong as well. So yeah, so we missed that one. So let's see if we can get an entry too. Price tested that 30-minute resistance. Is rejecting. We're not surprised by the rejection because we do know that at a resistance, there's always a lot of selling pressure. So just a small pullback. London opens in 7 minutes. So let's see what's gonna happen. This scandal is the culprit. Patiently waiting, just to see. Strong pullback to the zone. Five minutes to London. London is going to open in about a minute now. Almost 2 minutes. Yeah, the price action has just been a little bit choppy. Today hasn't quite confirmed a confident entry for me, so I haven't taken a entries yet. This candle, which was supposed to confirm it, it was a little bit sketchy to me. Too close to that zone. Didn't like it. Never took it. The second one was too close to the London Open, so didn't take it. So I'm still just waiting just to see what it's going to do. So if in the London session, if it rejects back into that 215 zone, then comes back out again, then we can go for that buy. Or if it wants to test that rejection line and the sell line, then yeah, we can go for that as well. So if we look back on the lines with marker, we can see that over here it has a lot of pain points, and we're still having the same struggle as well in the zone. So we need to see what London Open does. So in less than 30 seconds, the London market is going to open, and then we can see some volume and see what direction the market want to go. Alright, the market is open now. Let's see if it wants to run to the top or if it wants to pull back. It's been a very slow morning for us today. You expect more volume on the London opening candle, but Yeah, very slow morning today. Yeah, very slow morning today. All right, so price broke our 215 zone. We can see where price broke our 215 zone. It tested that 50-minute rejection line. It pulled and then pulled back, right? So it closed inside of the 215 zone, which was the first confirmed the first bit of the 215 retest, right? Closed in the zone, but then this candle right here, highlighted by the circle, closed just above that buy line. Too close. I was not comfortable with taking that the buy from that. But if we had taken the buy from that, we can see that we would be really up as well. We would have actually hit that 30-minute resistance. So that was just one that we missed out on because I wasn't confident in that entry right there based on that candle closure. So now we're just seeing what's happening in the markets now. The London market has opened, but I would have think that we would have had more volume in a sense where we would see price to pull back in that zone to close out again to confirm another retest. However, price has just been hovering between the rejection line and the 30-minute support, so it may seem as if the price may continue higher from here. So doesn't seem that I'll be taking an entry today for entry model 1. Hopefully can confirm an entry model 2. So I'm just waiting to see if that's going to happen in the next 25 minutes. There's the volume now. Yeah, waiting to see if we can get an entry model 2. Because it Very strong push. Very, very strong push. All right. So we missed out on that lovely entry from entry model 1, but that's fine. We are waiting for possibly an entry model 2 setup from either the 1 hour resistance or the 30-minute resistance. So let's see what's going to happen. We still have 20 minutes left on the stream, so let's see if it's going to confirm an entry model 2 on the 1 hour or on the 30-minute resistance. What does it look like on the 30-minute time frame? Yep, this is a strong one, so let's see. So it was just that one single candle that closed above that buy line after the retest was confirmed too close to my buy zone. Wasn't confident in taking that entry. I would have liked if if the candle had closed maybe just above or in line with the one next to it, then that would have been such a lovely confirmation as we would be in that buy right now. But sometimes those things do happen in the market. You may miss a very lovely entry, but that's fine. If you stick to your plan, then everything should be okay. And we're not chasing entry, even though we missed that one. We're going to wait for entry 2. And if entry 2 doesn't confirm, then I'm not taking any entries today. We'll try again tomorrow. And guys, if you haven't yet liked the stream as yet, please go ahead and do so. Thank you all for showing up and just being a part of the 215 family. What's the XY doing? Let's see. Tested the zone, is rejected now. But still, nothing major going on here under the XY charts. Well, that could explain why gold is not really moving so aggressively, but it's still moving nonetheless because I believe it's now over 25 or 20 pips. Yeah, over 20 pips above our 215 zone. So we're waiting for entry model 2 confirmation on, well, it's now going to be the 1 hour resistance. So let's see, let me jump to the 1 hour time frame. So I need to see. Wow. Now we're doing for an entry 2. We're doing on the entry 2 on that on the 1 hour resistance. Not sure if it's going to confirm on the 30-minute resistance though, because the price is trending a little bit above it. Everyone's bullish on gold right now. Okay, yeah, the XY is rejecting. It's expected because we know that this area is a support area. So if prices, as we said, there's always a lot of buying pressure at supports and a lot of selling pressure at resistance. That's why we came here. It went up, and when it came here, it went down because people are selling here and people are buying here. Really, so the price is rejecting from here. Now, if it moves through this zone, though, then we can maybe see a delayed reaction in gold, where we can see the price of gold rejecting, which is a strong possibility because it's now at the 1 hour resistance. So if it confirms an entry 2, then we could maybe take a try at that entry. But we just have to be cautious as well, because we know entry model 2 is a little bit more riskier as it's going against the trend of the market. So we're gonna have to use a smaller stop loss and also a smaller lot size on it as well. What a lovely push, very lovely push for those persons who are in a buy that's over 40 pips. So that's would have been great. Look at that. All right, so we tested the 1 hour resistance lines. So let's see if in the next 10 minutes, because we need 2 candles to close in the opposite direction. If let's see in the next 10 minutes if it confirms that entry 2. If not, then that will be it for today. Wow. Yeah, we're going for the 4-hour support resistance, and this is same. So we don't seem to have be getting a pullback. We're not getting a rejection from these resistance areas for us to take an entry too. So yeah. All right, so I'm not gonna be taking any entries today. We've missed that entry model one. Wasn't confident with the confirmation that it has given us because the candle which broke our buy line and closed, it closed almost exactly and it is just above it. So we didn't take that entry. However, we can see if we had taken that buy entry, we would be in a lovely push upwards. Now we waited for an entry model 2 to be confirmed on the rejection on the 1-hour resistance and also the 30-minute resistance. But we can see that the price doesn't seem to be pulling back anytime soon. So I'll be ending this stream in about 7 minutes. So let's just wait and see what's going on. If in those 7 minutes we don't get a confirmation, then that will be it for us. We'll try again tomorrow. What's going on the XY? The XY is rejecting yet again, and if it continues to push downwards, then we definitely know then it's going to be a very strong buy for gold. So let's see what's going on. If this kind of flips red, then that gives us hope for an entry too. Closes in 20 seconds as well. All right, so it didn't flip red. All right. So yeah, with that kind of closer right there, that's where I'm gonna call it for today. All right. So sadly, we never got that confirmation that I was looking for. The candle that closed above that buy line was too close to the buy line, so they didn't took it. Second confirmation it gave us was then too close to the London Open as well, so I never took it. So the confirmations for today were a little bit shaky for me, so no entries were taken. Entry 2 as well didn't confirm on either the 30 or the 1-hour resistance. Well, possibly it can actually go to the 4-hour resistance. So for those who are watching the markets, you can look out for those additional entries on that. So let's see if this candle flips red and closes red, then that's we can take an entry too, because it building the setup up. So let's see. So we have 5 minutes left until the end of the stream. So let's see if this candle closes red. If it closes red, then we'll go for another 5 minutes to see if we can get an entry too from these areas to possibly take a sharp position and target the 215 zone as our take profit. So let's see what happens in the next 10 minutes. If not, if this doesn't close red, then it doesn't make sense. So if you were paying attention, you'd see, so I marked this broken lines here in blue because this was actually where the where this 1 hour resistance candle wick went. So I've marked it there. So just in case it doesn't reject from the 1 hour resistance where it closed, it could reject from where the wick went. So that's why I have it there. So let's see what happens. What is DXY doing now? Rejecting again. Okay. All right. So it's a bit of a tug and war going on right now. Hopefully it's not a massive rejection. So let's see. All right, remember guys, if you haven't yet liked the video, please go ahead and do so. Additionally, if you haven't subscribed to the channel as well, please go ahead and do so. We've had a very lovely start to January so far. None of the trades which we've called, we've lost. We haven't hit any stop loss as yet. We don't plan to as well. However, we have most of the last of the trades we didn't hit full TP, but we score between 20 to 30 pips, the least on these trades. So sadly, it doesn't seem that today is going to be one of those banger days where we get those good trades, but we're not going to rush it. We will just wait until tomorrow again and see if we can get another setup. So entry 2 is possible with where the price is right now. If these candles give us enough room to even take these entries, because that's like 30 pips. That's a very big stop loss though for entry 2. Are you comfortable with that amount? Okay, well, let's see what this candle does. If it goes in a good enough region, then fine, I'll take it. But if it goes beyond, I'll say 20 pip stop loss, I'm not. So let's see. It's a proper melt. Yeah, stop loss on that one is going to be massive. So yeah, I'm not going to take the entry 2 setup on that. Because you know a rejection will come. That's a very, because what we'd have to do to wait for our entry model 2 setup is that we'd have to wait for 2 of these candles to close. However, based on how it's moving now, the stop loss would have to place just above the zone, and for entry 2 going against the trend, I'm not going to risk having such a massive stop loss on an entry 2. No. So yeah, I'm not gonna take that one. All right, guys. That's it for today. Tune in again, same time, same place tomorrow for another lovely entry. Well, another lovely session. Really, no entries taken today, but we didn't lose anything, and we're up for the month already. So yeah, stay safe, guys, and happy trading.